Living in Oneness Summit. I am super excited about tonight's call with Kenji Kumara. I'm also excited to share Kenji's special offer with you, so we'll talk more about that a little later in the program. You can find his offer on the Living in One site. On Kenji's page, you'll see special offer. You just click on that link, and it'll take you into the offer we'll talk about later tonight. We're truly grateful for the 3,000, almost 600 people that are joining us. They've registered for the call tonight, so thank you. We're looking forward to sharing the evening with you. If you miss this call, you can listen to the webcast and the replay by using the same links that you were sent earlier today and the password. So don't miss listening into our complimentary 48-hour replay, and do purchase the upgrade package if you don't have time to listen in now. If you want to listen to this call again, the replay link is the same and the password is the same. So tonight, Kenji and I will be discussing reverse engineering the ego stuck points, transformation of memories and attachments, reclaiming the frozen child. So sit back and enjoy the ascended energies that Kenji is going to be sharing tonight and the healing frequencies. You're going to feel connection with spirit through the energy of oneness. If you have any questions or comments that you'd like to ask, please go ahead and submit them in the question section of the webcast, and I'll bring your questions into the call. Nanette Kennedy is here producing the call. She's the Humanities Team Communications Coordinator. She's here, and she'll bring your questions into this call, so please do share them. Thank you, Nanette. For those of you on the webcast, enter your name and where you're listening in from, and Nanette will bring your questions and comments and aha moments from the webcast. We have a great call ready for you tonight, and it's going to be a real treat, and I have an honor and pleasure of introducing you to my friend Kenji Kumara. Kenji is one of the world's leading visionaries and pioneers in the field of energy consciousness. He works as a transformational messenger, reaching and guiding people from every corner of the globe to the new Earth consciousness and personal and planetary ascension. Known for his unique ability to guide people into deep meditation with his gentle activations, he keeps it simple and effortless as the doorways to source and connection are opened. The I Am God Self is invoked. In a loving manner, people are shifted into higher awareness and self-mastery. It has been a personal joy to help people understand their life's purpose and claim their true destiny. Kenji's recent focus is on the art of receiving and knowing and being. He's available through his new website for live activations and retreats, personal online workshops, and personal quantum light weaving sessions held in person and remotely. He shares the joy of awakening the world and invites all those to participate in his work that are ready to receive and be in eternal peace with every fiber of their being. Welcome, Kenji.
Hello, Dee. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show.
It's so nice to have you with us. I just love this. So, Kenji, I'm going to start off with a few questions for you, if that's okay. All right. So at Humanities Team, we talk about oneness quite a bit, and I'd like to invite you to speak to oneness and what it means to you.
Big question, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say the effects of oneness are joy and blissfulness, happiness, peace of mind, moving through your day, moving through your challenges in a centered and calm, aware place. Also,
Perfect.
The results of oneness show up in one's feeling on some level connected to everybody that they know. So if you think about it, just think about all the people that you know in your life right now. And I'm sure if you took 10 minutes, you could tap into that part of that person that you really love and appreciate and respect. So that's that connection of oneness.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I didn't even have to write a book about that. That's all I said.
Yeah, and it makes me think about some of the things when you think about a person that you truly love, and you haven't seen them in a while. You think about them for enough time and with enough deep felt emotion, you will be in contact before you know it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just had that experience last night. I hadn't spoken with one of my girlfriend's best friends from high school in a couple of years. And I've been thinking about her, and lo and behold, I got a call. So that was really fun.
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
Yeah. So
okay, it's that old saying. It's that old saying of where, when someone passes that's really close to you, well, they're still in your heart. You're still connected with them. And some people say even more so after they've left this plane than when they were here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's very true.
But I think the harder part is feeling that oneness connection with Prime Source, that oftentimes nebulous beingness, that place where we all came from. Sometimes we feel closer to people than we do God, so to speak.
Yeah.
But it's actually the same thing, because when you connect with another person's I am from your I am, that's essentially the same thing as saying that you're connected with Prime Source.
One of the things about that connection with Prime Source, that puts us into connection with our purpose and our calling and our reason for being. So would you go a little deeper on that?
Say that again.
That connection with Prime Source. Once we make that connection, it really puts us into contact with our purpose, our divine purpose, our reason for being here. And so I was asking if you could just go a little deeper on that, because I know we have so many people that are leaders here with us tonight. They're either leaders of business, they're leaders of their healing works, they're leaders of nonprofits. We have so many leaders that are kind of on this edge, this newness, this new way of being. And we're all striving to make that connection with Source. So I'm inviting you to take us a little deeper in that.
Well, I got to say, because it's coming up here, that I think we put too much emphasis in that search for God thing. Mm-hmm. Although God knows when I was 21, 22, 23, it was really intense for me to find true healing, whatever that meant and how it shows up in life. And, that connection. But, if you look at your life, you just reflect back on your life, there were many moments where you felt connected. I think we put too much attention on when we're feeling disconnected. It's the same thing as when you have something going wrong in your body. You put more attention on that than you do on the parts that are working correctly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why is that? That's a rhetorical question.
It's got your attention, that's why.
But I think the trick is not so much finding God and eternal peace so much as the question would be, how do we implement this higher state of being in the world that doesn't accept it? See, if the world accepted it, we would have had peace on earth a long time ago. But apparently, on this earth, which seems to be warring every century among one another, that, the way that we think goes so contrary to 90% of what other people think in the world. And I think that's the hard part. If there was a hard part, is being on a planet, being in a culture that doesn't support how you see things. Because if it did, we would have had complementary medicine be the norm. We would have had alternative medicine be the norm. We would have had spirituality be the norm. based on universal concepts. And yet when we're attempting to convey this and you meet up with resistance, friction, so what do? Do you close down and go quiet, go back into your closet, or you just persevere and say, well, okay, that's their opinion, but I got to keep moving forward because this is my truth. And we're not even talking about all these past lives and parallel lives where we have had trauma in expressing ourselves, you know. We've died 100,000 deaths, probably not very peacefully either, because of our philosophy. So we're coming around again, and again we're being tested in a way, in a good way. We're being tested to stay strong in our silence, I suppose. And the question again is, how do we implement this? How do we express this in daily life without pushing people away or making them upset or angry or frustrated or pushing their buttons or whatever? Again, that's a rhetorical kind of question back to the audience. And I think we all have to find our own way of standing strong in the world. And I don't mean being a martyr, you know. We've had our examples of that in our history since 1960. Well, actually since in the 1950s with Gandhi. But, yeah, we don't have to do that part anymore. They did it for us, I suppose. So we're actually working around reframing your destiny through these questions, through these queries, in asking the audience to reflect, you know, for the next hour, hour and a half on these things.
Great. So it's really about the questions that we're asking ourselves, asking the right questions. Is that correct?
I believe in the power of questions or query, yeah. Yeah, there's been some philosophies, you know, based on the power of the question. But it's not coming from the intellect. You know, there's another level of the query, and that comes more from, I suppose, a place of the oneness, you could call it. But it comes from the place other than the ego state. The ego is just basically meaning your kind of personality trait of preferences, likes, dislikes, things like that. You know, your habit patterns, the way you were brought up and taught to act and behave and think. So the calling for this new energy is allowing that to drop off somehow, allowing that to drop away, and seeing the sun shining brightly in the inner sky.
Beautiful. So this has to do with diving into the quantum while connecting to this expansion you've been talking about over the past calls. Maybe if you're just joining us now, we're talking with Kenji Kumara, and we're talking about the energy of oneness and kind of diving into the quantum while connecting to the infinite expansion of you and this energetic vibrational field of love, right? Is that right, Kenji?
You could call it that. You could call it that, yeah. See, you could substitute oneness, you could substitute compassion, in my eyes, for oneness too. And the Dalai Lama is a good example of being an embodiment of oneness, especially having lost his country, so to speak, and having his lineage shattered to pieces by the Chinese and all that, but still maintaining that strength to teach about compassion. And we each, again, define that in our own unique way. You know, the problem with dictionaries, it's great on one level, but it sticks us in limitation of what words mean and what concepts mean. You know, English is probably the most non-spiritual, if you will, of all the languages, as opposed to, like, say, Hebrew, for example. It is so linear. It is so in the box. It is so defined that even to use English language is very difficult to convey something that's like way beyond its scope.
Right.
Yeah, we'll be talking light language in another decade, right? That'll transcend everything.
Exciting. It is exciting. I was thinking about the language. Portuguese has, I think, 52 definitions of the word love.
Wow.
Which is, pretty amazing. And I think that really that is what we're talking about is the energy of love. The energy of love is oneness, so it's a shift in perspective. So I've got another question for you. How does the energy of oneness or love relate to the art of receiving and knowing?
That's another good question. I'm looking up into the sky, waiting for the answer. It's like the Buddha. When he didn't have an answer, he just sat there. And he waited, and he waited, and he waited, and he waited.
Well, for me, when I think about that, I think about, no matter what kind of issue I'm having, if I can slow down and connect in with my heart and shift perspectives, my ability to understand the other person is exponentially enlarged, and my ability to know what's happening in that situation changes, and my perspective or my irritation, whatever it might have been, changes. But it's taking the time to really stop that energy of frustration or whatever it is. So that's one of the things that I think is really important when you're dealing with a lot of people. And any leader really needs to develop the ability to relate in that way, to slow down, connect in with their heart, and receive a new perspective and knowing.
Exactly. You should be interviewing yourself. Here's Dee interviewing herself.
Well, here's another thing, because we have so many people joining us tonight, Kenji, and this might be their first time to join with you, and they might not know what the quantum is. Can you share with us what the quantum is?
It's everything that is not duality based, or physically based is not quite accurate. Let's just say quantum is another word. So I could go across cultures and go, okay, so it's equivalent to universal spirit. It's equivalent to the chi that the Asians used to call. They had more of, I guess, their own phraseology for spirit. They called it chi, the Tao. Westerners can call it universal love. Some cultures call it divine wisdom. So I'll give you another example. So this oneness thing and this quantum is the same energy that a mother has for her baby when she's holding it in her arms and say the baby's like 2 weeks old.
Mm-hmm.
That energy, of course, men quite can't understand that, but it's that energy, that's a manifestation of the quantum in action. It's a total allowing, loving support, non-judgment kind of a state of being. Now, how that relates to your other question about the oneness and receiving, when we embody more of this mysterious oneness quantum thing, we'll automatically be more in a state of continually receiving from the universe, from prime source, from nature, from other people. And that is a key, because we're all learning, we're so much givers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the givers need to stop and receive. You know, it's like asking a type A person to sit down and meditate. What? I got to be on the go. I got to be in constant motion and movement. What do you mean stop and sit down and be quiet and go breathe and go within?
Yeah.
But it is true, you know, when we start to get frustrated, we have to remember to stop and tune in and drink water.
Have a sip right now?
Yeah. So we are very subtly reverse engineering together our past, our ego stuck points, and our frozen child. So basically they're the same. If you can imagine that we create a timeline, if you will, from birth to now. And along this timeline, and this is an energetic timeline, whatever emotional and physical experience that weren't completed or healed, we're talking about like traumas and things like that, if they're not completed, you know, within one's mind, so to speak, coming to completion with an experience, a relationship, a job, whatever, that tends to stay stuck or frozen in that part of your timeline. So theoretically, you're not in present time completely. There's still parts of you that are stuck in the past, and sometimes those stuck points get triggered. And when that happens, you kind of lose emotional control at that point. You just kind of lose it. So tonight's call is about helping everyone to understand that, and we create the space of allowing for it naturally to begin to come to completion. And that's generally done through a lot of compassion, forgiveness sometimes, but total allowing and accepting. Because in reality, there are no mistakes. There might be errors in judgment, as A Course in Miracles says, but there really aren't any mistakes like oh, you committed a bad sin. That's really a heavy-duty mistake, you know. When the soul looks at it at the time of departure, your life, it's not going to judge you right or wrong, good or bad. It's going to go, what did we learn here, 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 and here? Where did we gather, where did we garnish the love from these experiences? Looking on the timeline. It's like a life review. And then the soul will, I guess, make accommodations, so to speak. If it feels it needs to learn more in another lifetime or in another realm, then it will go set up those experiences. So the reasons why, usually, not always, why people keep reincarnating is through some level of guilt. They got to come back and rectify a situation, person, place, or thing. They want to make it right. And I think in a way that's good. But here's the new learning, that if we come back again, it's not going to be through guilt or fear. It's going to be because we want to, that we chose to come back consciously to learn more about what love is.
So Kenji, does your work help us to remember those pieces and then just energetically shift, but identifying those pieces? Do I understand that?
Well, we're just going to ask everyone to just go into a reflective space with their eyes open and just begin to tap into your timeline. And you might want to start with the oldest, although you can do the latest. Either way, you can pick the latest one or the very oldest trauma or experience that you haven't forgotten, that you are still holding on to. You might have a grudge there, or a resentment, or ill feelings, or sadness, or grief, or loneliness, or depression, or whatever it is, even rage sometimes. And if you just be with it, there's some body work disciplines that just teach you about breathing into a place in the body that hurts, and just breathe and allow and accept. And in that accepting, things change in the body, and you can actually theoretically have physical miracle healings. Not to say it's going to happen every time, but that's a possibility. You don't have to do psychotherapy. I mean, you can. That's kind of like the old model.
Slow.
Yeah, and costly.
Yeah. So if you're just joining us, you're listening to Kenji Kumara, and I'm Dee Meyer. And Kenji, we are nearly at the top of the hour. Can I invite you to lead us into an activation?
Okay, time is flying by, folks, so buckle up. All right, so you don't want to listen to this while driving a car, operating heavy machinery. We put in the disclaimer that this is not a treatment it's not a, how should I say, it's not a replacement for your traditional medical therapies, but it can be a complement. Remember to drink water. So you want to invite your whole family for this activation. If they're in the house with you, I would encourage you to invite everyone that's in the house, including your pets, to just join in for about a half hour and to get this activation. And you want to make sure all your telephones won't ring, and you can please stop multitasking so you can have a one-pointed focus. Okay, so we're going to imagine that we're everyone on this call and everyone on replay, we're going to be in this figure 8 flow, a very beautiful golden white, multi-dimensional, extending from your physical realm into the quantum or into the more invisible realms, that there's going to be this circulation of this beautiful infinity flow. It's a figure 8 flow. And it's multidimensional. It's layered, and it has many aspects to it. So that's going to be moving through your body. It's going to be moving through your mind. It's going to be moving through all parts of you as you allow it. So we're going to do some breathing to relax the body so that it can open up and receive. So take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And just begin to feel a wave from the top of your head moving down your body towards your feet and down your arms. And these will be very slow-moving, wave-like energies that will begin to calm the mind, the brain, the forehead muscles, your jaw, your tongue, your eyelid muscles, your fingers, your toes, your belly muscles, everything. You'll begin to feel a softness and perhaps a heaviness or a lightness coming over the brain. And just allow yourself to experience whatever you're going to experience with no pre-thought, no expectations, just allowing these waves to move in your body, to move in your energy field around your body, to move in the space of your home. They're very gentle, very loving vibrations. They're going to, expand, if you will, to include not only your home, but your neighborhood, your city, your county, your state, this country, your country. And pretty soon it's going to go around the world in its own divine right timing. And these are waves of not only of relaxation, but of deep peace and tranquility. So simply allow whatever this is going to bring up, just allow it. Allow it to be. If you feel like you stop breathing, Take a slow, deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. You're going to feel this infinity flow moving in your heart space and actually through your heart muscle. You'll feel it moving through all parts of your brain, both hemispheres. You'll feel it moving in your hands, your feet, through your spine. Keep breathing slowly. Now, we're going to pretend, we're going to imagine with the heart, not with the mind. We're going to imagine that the heart actually has an eye or has a mind that knows. You're going to pretend and imagine that this figure eight flow is moving through your timeline from, let's just say from pre-birth, all the way up to the now present moment. It'll move forward and backwards in time because it's outside of time. Just let it move. And it's going to hit your stuck points wherever they are. And you just allow it and know that Prime Source, your I Am Presence, your soul, your oversoul, your spirit is in complete control and command of this process. Allow your body to experience whatever it's going to experience, including temperature change, rapid eye movement, slight headaches, nauseousness, dizziness, lightheadedness, tightening, unexpected pain, old injuries popping up, whatever it is. You're also going to feel those moments of extreme joy and happiness and bliss and ecstasy and all of that. So it's going to include everything in the duality of being. Going to move through the layers of your auric field. It'll be moving through your chakra points and the power points in your body. It'll move horizontally, vertically, diagonally. It'll move in spirals and swirls and circles. You may feel the heartbeat of the universe. You may see lights. You may start to hear tones, sounds of creation. You may hear the voices of your ancestors. So this is affecting your whole lineage too as well. Your family lineage, your spiritual lineage, your family tree, be affecting your pets. Breathing. Now we want you to envision 4 pillars of light in your physical space. This will help to stabilize your experience. We're also calling forth the celestial helpers, those that hold and embody Christed consciousness, or that field of oneness, love, divine wisdom. Allow and receive. Your body might start jerking. You might have kriyas, which are involuntary physical movements. might be breathing heavy, having what appears to be panic attack symptoms. They're not really that. The brain adjusting. So we're going to call forth all the changes that you are ready for right now, right here. We're going to hold a beautiful space for you to tap into your next step effortlessly, your next step, your next spiritual step, your next physical step, your next business step, your next money step, your next relationship step. Envision again this infinity flow of the gold and white moving through your timeline. So this is going to alter your destiny in a way that you perhaps have never imagined. So your destiny, your purpose is reframing itself through the law of divine attraction. Now, those of you that have had early childhood trauma, birthing trauma, in utero trauma of any kind, you're going to ask your inner child to begin to move forward in time to the present now through this infinity power. It's as if your inner child is walking into the present moment from the past. Step by step, you are reclaiming parts of you. There are also parts of you that are projected into the future. So we're going to ask you to call those parts back into your now, because your past is being reframed. So therefore your future is changing right now, as is your now. And we're going to call forth the vibration or the energies or the beingness of what we would call freedom. This is freedom in the biggest sense. Freedom to be, freedom to know, free to be true to oneself, to honor one's spirit. You're going to call forth the power of grace from the heavenly realms. Come forth and touch the eye and the heart of each person on this call, each pet on this call, each ancestor and family member on this call. Now we ask each one of you Now, focus on that space behind your physical heart. We'll call that the still point, or your place of power. Simply breathe and be in that place of connection there. We're going to envision from the heavenly realms what it would be like to truly love yourself, to love oneself each and every day, even if it's only for 5 minutes. What would be the feeling sensation of truly loving and accepting yourself as you truly are, without limitation, without excuses? Now begin to feel your feet walking that truth, that energy. Feel that energy in the soles of your feet. What would it be like for you to feel that inner smile, that inner laughter, that inner joyfulness? Now we're going to concentrate this activation to extend into at least 30 minutes from now. So it's going to be ongoing, but we're going to ask you to slowly take a deep breath and slowly open your eyes and keep this state going with eyes open. Feel what it would be like to be the embodiment of the oneness, without effort, without trying, simply by being and knowing it is so. Now with eyes open, you're going to take a deep breath and breathe this now into your future now. And let's breathe it into your relationships first. So we're going to go with family. That includes parents and kids and significant others. Then your pets, because they are like your kids. Then your best friends. And then your co-workers, your boss, your contractors, your employees. Now we're going to breathe it into your future now regarding your money world, your finances. Take another deep breath. We're going to bring a little more power on this one, a little more force, if you will, but still it's a gentle vibration. Breathe it into your future now. We're going to breathe it into your healing practice, your counseling practice, your parenting practice, whatever you do for your livelihood. which could be subject to change at any moment. Deep breath. We're going to breathe it into your health levels now. So really, we're going to really breathe it into every organ, starting with your brain, and then working your way down the body and ending with your reproductive organs and your anus muscle or your perineum. Give you a few moments in silence to do this. Your inner child is walking up into present time. Now we're going to ask your inner child, however old it is at this moment, you want to invite your inner child to lay in your arms on your lap. And you're going to cradle your inner child as if it was a newborn baby. Fresh in this world. Just going to be with your baby. Just be. You're going to look into its eyes, its face, feel into its body. Just simply know. We're going to ask you to cradle your inner child until it is completely healed of all wounding and attachments, however long that takes, and that you're never going to leave it, that it is one with you and one with Prime Source. You will get insights from this little exercise ongoing. Now you can hold your little one now against your chest. Totally embrace it. Without limitations and without conditions. And as you do this, know that Prime Source loves you in this exact same way, unconditionally, without limits and without judgments. Let that peace flow now to all the organs in your body. This is a healing force for your body, your liver, your joints, your heart, your kidneys, your lungs, your stomach. Now, with eyes still open, give yourself permission to simply be for the rest of this evening and into this week and the rest of this month and the rest of this year. yourself permission to laugh and cry and tell bad jokes. All of it. Give yourself full permission. Be expressive, spontaneous. Okay, the activation will continue, but we're going to ask Dee to come back on the line. So make sure you sip some water during the rest of this call and make sure your feet are grounded with the earth.
I'm back. Wow. That was an amazing attunement. I feel so loved and loving, supercharged. I'm excited and wide awake, and I feel this energy of anticipation, and it's really like a lot of energy, root chakra, like it's expecting, anticipating really amazing things. So
yeah, baby.
I got it. Thank you, Kenji. Oh my goodness. So, that was just incredible, and I'm trying to gather myself back enough to really invite people to explore Kenji's offer. And Kenji, can I take you through this now? I'd like to invite people. If not now, you can. I'll send out an information email with your link to listen to the replay. But I'm going to talk about the Kenji Kumara special offer, and you can find that on the Living in Oneness Summit, the 5 Pillars for Success Summit, on Kenji's special offer page. You can just go to Kenji's bio on that page and click on his special offer link. And he has given us another incredible package, and it's entitled The Heart of the Quantum. And really, I invite everyone to go deep with Kenji's teachings. If you feel ready to dive in deep, this is an extraordinary offer. Kenji has so graciously brought in a series of activations. I believe it's 12 activations in this special offer. There is the activation number 1, On the Wings of Timelessness, and he's accompanied by Anda playing the bowls, and it's a relax and sail on the wings of no time. You'll activate your next level template for your light body, activate the triangulation in your brain for expansion and breath, receive your angelic shield for your body and energetic field, fractal expressions within, quantum soul wave, radiate and clear and claim your solar plexus power center, call forth an aspect of you that has never been before. Did I cover that first activation enough, Kenji? Is there anything more you'd like to talk about there?
All I can say is these activations, they build upon one another, and they progressively take you deeper and deeper in the meditative state.
Okay, so the next one on the list is Activation 2, the Soul Signature. And take in an inner journey. Feel the vibration and support from your team, and regenerate to the original divine blueprint of the body. Deactivate the old behaviors and activate the new source template. Recall your divine blueprint. Claim the known and the unknown. Realms of essence clearing, the crown chakra, cord clearing, belief clearing from all timelines. So that's Activation 2. Activation 3 is Miles and Miles. Enjoy an open eye activation, a magnetic sweep, a creation, planet and civilization touch. Gather your galaxy friends, heal your sense of aloneness, feel the bliss, ignite the cosmic fire within. Know the one God, the Lord God of your being. That's Activation 3. Activation 4 is Dominoes and Dimensions, release control and letting go of the to-do list. Quantum universe breath, pattern release, true nature awakening, transform your deepest illusion. Seal with the light of Christ, new earth and your new potential. Activation 5 is cosmic reconstruction. Activate the green disc behind your heart. Access unlimited potential space. Reconnect with your healing team representative. Template to rebirth. Activate the golden and silver sphere. Cosmic translucent forces. Activation number 6, golden robes. Golden and silver spheres. Kingdom of connection. Remember and restore in your body and brain. Mystical beings and home world support. Activate your vibrational power in everyday life. Surrender and support. Recalibration of your emotional center. Activation number 7 is quantum merge. Detach from conflict and manipulation, lack and disease. Detach from binding, limited group mind consciousness. Plug into the field of oneness. Experience the clear flame. Communicate with the masters. Move into probable space, presence, and knowing. Activation number 8, magic carpet journey to the temple. Release the need to know and experience your freedom. Unplug energies from your matrix that no longer serve your highest good. Woogie boogie time, shake it off. The spirit of your freedom, colon flush, pressure release, clearing of interference on non-life enhancing. Receive the truth wave, collapse the illusions of the mind. Activation number 9, soft gaze and expansion, showers of light, stargate portal, you are the voyager, knowing beyond, inner child acknowledgement. Activation number 10, soul star, call in higher dimensional assistance, extended protocol, recalibrate your vocal cords, conscious alignment, unconditional love and allowance, your divine mirrors and messengers. Activation 11 is sipping the clear flame, candle activation. Reclaim your energy, seeing the light, transform, transmute to liquid light. Absorb the light in you. Be in the now. Activation 12 is energetic pathway home, moving from doing to being, from self to presence to the undefinable grace. The still point behind creation and step down system. And then there's a bonus activation number 13, miracle consciousness. This activation was recorded in Santa Fe of 2008. And in this attunement, you will be guided to connect to all that is visible and invisible, the language of light, quantum codes, dormant access of your brain, heart and nervous system, liquid light, divine balance and harmony, stargates from the future and your council of light. Receive your QL healing team, your true nature, and the Lord God of your being. This goes on and on. There's bonus activation 14, knowing into perfection. Activation 15, knowing into perfection 2. I mean, Kenji, you have put together an incredible package. So I'd invite you to touch on anything I missed.
No, I believe the bonus 14 and 15 was specifically made for women that are experiencing breast cancer, if I have that correct.
Yeah, let me go into the details on that a little bit. This activation will assist you in creating deep internal energetic shifts in perception and feeling regarding the ailments in your physical body. Healing elementals and crystals are brought in to assist. Higher realms of light that you're aligned with are invited to assist. Permanent counsel and healing teams are present. Violet flames to assist in clearing the ego. Draw from Mother Earth and her vibrations of light and love. Breathing deeply and clear an open channel. Receive and integrate your deepest knowing. And then in the next one, activation 15.
This is a similar one, but slightly different. But it has the same focus, but it's slightly different. So it was, I guess, designed for all the other people. Aside, so 14 and 15 bonus, 14 and 15 activation. I think I try to cover like pretty much the whole gamut.
Well, it's
But
it's
having to do primarily with cancer, but it could relate to any illness in the body.
It's an incredible offer you've put together. I'm really grateful, so thank you. I'd invite anyone that is looking to step in deeper into their knowledge and knowing and growing. I'd really invite you to take a look at this offer. And Kenji, I have not gotten to one question. This is just going by so quickly. Can I step into
but you forgot bonus 1 and 2 on the show package. Scroll down.
Keep going.
Yeah, it's after buy now.
Oh,
Scroll
my
down.
goodness.
You got
I'm
bonus
so sorry.
1 and 2. Yeah.
Okay, this is huge. There are more exciting bonuses from Kenji. Bonus number 1 is a $100 coupon offer, and this is for your personal quantum telephone activation session. Now, that is a 75 to 90-minute private recorded phone session with Kenji. This is an invitation to experience a profound shifting into the awakened world through a personal quantum activation telephone session with Kenji that will be based on your most desired intention, trust, and readiness to embody your individual divinity, your soul signature. So you'll get $100 off to book a session with Kenji on that offer. And so there's a promotion code on there as well. And there's a bonus number 2, and this is an event promotion. This expires on the 11th of November. So this is with a gentle, easy change as our sacred intention. Kenji offers exclusive, intimate live events, and you're invited to receive a $225 spa credit upon registration at Miraval Resort and Spa this November. So you can find out more about that on Kenji's event page, and you'll get that bonus. Man, that bonus alone is worth more than the cost of the entire package. So, Kenji, that's incredible. Thank you. Okay,
You're welcome.
Thank you for reminding me of that. Just incredible program you put together for us. Really great. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about there?
No, I'm good. If you wanted to share some thoughts from your webcast, that would be good.
Yeah, let me grab some. We have lots of questions that have come in over the hour. Let's see. Here's one from Sapna in South Africa. Actually, this is a very, very global audience tonight, so thank you all for being with us. This is Sapna asks, "Hi Kenji, hi Dee. My inner journey, self-journey is amazing, and for many years I've been physically well. In the last 3 months, I've suddenly taken ill. As soon as one organ is healed, another organ or system takes ill. Currently, I've injured my back, and I find that I am resisting going to the doctor and wanting to heal my own physical self. Do you have guidance on how to best do this? I do a lot of meditations, and I've been working with my white light, and the pain goes away for the night, but it returns the next day. Thank you in advance for your love and light." Thank you, Sapna.
I would suggest you listen to the show again.
Yeah.
And ask if she's taking on energies from the environment and or people.
Mhm.
So if so, then that's probably the cause. There's an old saying that you can heal your own stuff, self-created stuff, but it's really hard to heal or transform energies you've taken on from others or the environment.
We will send this link out, and you will be able to listen to it for 48 hours for replay. Yeah, I recommend that too. And, Kenji, this just brings up a question for me that with everything going on in South Africa and, just the general fear of Ebola, do you have anything that you'd like to share?
Yeah, don't put your energy into that.
Mhm.
Period.
Okay.
You can share compassion. That's the best way, but don't buy into the fear. Pretty much everything you see on the news, in the magazines, is designed to put you in fear. And if you're in fear, you can't be in bliss.
Yeah. We've got...
So it doesn't mean you don't care. Compassion is a great healer. But just know it's not exactly how they're making it out to be. So you can't buy into it. Don't buy into the fear.
Well, Kenji, that's what your work really helps people to do, is to shift their energy out of fear. Because basically there's just fear on so many levels from so many different perspectives, and that is what is difficult to let go of and really hone in on that energy of love and wellness and strength.
So you can always ask the question, what would Jesus do in this situation? What would Buddha do? What would Mother Mary do? What would Isis do? What would Mother Teresa do? You can ask those questions too.
So we have another question coming in from Louise, and she says, Kenji, thanks. I need to save my home, my health. I'm blessed and challenged after 15 years of family financial dramas. Need to hop out of my wheelchair eventually and be a professor again, doing what I love and I'm good at, perhaps in new ways. Love and bon voyage. That was just a nice note from Louise. Okay, and here we've got a question that I think probably is on quite a few people's minds. It's from Elizabeth in Boston. It's a great question. Elizabeth asks, how does karma fit into the oneness plan?
Well, you can look at it like you have karma, or you can look at it like it doesn't even exist.
I like option 2.
Well, if it didn't exist and you just had only lessons of love to learn, that's a whole different ballgame, wouldn't it be?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Sherry from, I think, Canada, writing in, and she says, hey, Kenji, I love you. I was laid off my job in April, and now I'm in a place much better for me. Oddly, despite making less money, I seem to have less money problems too, which is so magical. I'm in school now, and my political science course is hitting me hard, so I want to make a difference from within the system, and I find it very interesting. But right now, I'm finding the vastness of corruption so disheartening. Do you have any advice about how to face this difficult world with courage and resilience? Good question.
Well, this can be a hard one in a way because it appears to be a matter of survival, right? If you speak your truth, you might lose your job. But if you want to keep your stressful job, then you kind of have to suck it up, as they say. But how long can you do that before you implode? So I don't know if I could ever answer a question like that, but follow your heart. And your health is the most important thing. So you could be a millionaire, and if it's killing you inside being a millionaire, what's the value in that?
Yeah.
Right? And believe me.
I think it goes back.
Huh?
Oh, I was going to say, I think it goes back to fear, too. It's really being able to see things for what they are. And
so we have to remember, the more that we become awake, the more we're going to see the truth of things, which may not be pretty. But, of course, there is the higher side to that also. But I guess it's a matter of asking the question, what is the best way for me to make change in the world? And you have a choice of working for a company that relates to you, rather than working for a company that will kill your light if they could. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'll give you an example. My assistant Anda and I, we met at Costco. We love going to Costco. And we were talking and chatting in the aisle there with our carts, full of stuff. And this guy came by, and he was looking at the shelf, and I don't know, Anda mentioned something about I do healing work and stuff. And he says, oh, no, I'll just drink a beer, and that'll be fine. He was complaining of soreness and achiness in his body from working out or something, but I think it was more than that, right? But so it's a good example of somebody not accepting a free gift that was offered. Well, for one thing, it was probably too spooky for him to think that maybe he could be helped by just a person's touch rather than a couple of beers, But, it was another lesson that, sometimes you offer and sometimes it's shot down right there on the spot for no good reason, just someone's fear of you. Because sometimes people will fear the light. It's like, whoa, get this person out of here. And it has nothing to do with you personally being a holder of the light.
Yeah.
So it does appear, in some instances, people don't want to wake up because that's too frightening. So they'd rather just kind of play small and nice and, have their beers to ease their body pains. But of course, over time it's going to probably take a toll on his liver and cost him a lot of money. He'll come to a point, well, I guess beers aren't going to do it. We got to try something else, Mabel. Oh, maybe acupuncture or something. So I hope I answered that question. It was kind of indirect answer, but it's like follow your heart. And, if the job's going to kill you, you don't want to kill yourself.
I'm just going to give you a few more comments that are coming in, Kenji. Ludwig from Berlin says, so amazing to hear you. Thank you. Maureen writes, how can we expand the inner work we do with healing in your protocol to include callings to greater work in the world healing process with war, environmental devastation, systems of tyranny, and the like? I think that's what's so important and critical is how you dive deeper into your work, and it opens you up to your own calling, your own purpose. That was one of my key items that I wanted to touch on this evening, Kenji, that I think that your work really does help people dive in and connect with that energy. And, defining it is difficult because you're putting words on this energetic shift.
I just thought of something. So it has been said, not too often, we can attempt to change the world using the old model and working for corporations that are working off the old model. Or we can create a new model and align with people that think like us. I prefer that part.
Yeah. Oh, so we have more people from all over the world. So I'm just going to bring in a couple from different areas. From Eloise from North New Zealand writes, blessings, love, and gratitude from New Zealand. I absolutely adore Kenji, and I'm deeply grateful for his loving presence throughout this journey. You are truly luminous, Kenji. Thank you for the path to inner serenity, grace, and peace. Thanks again, Eloise, for writing in. I feel the same way.
As the old saying, takes one to know one.
And also...
and I love New Zealand.
I want to go.
Yeah, I know. It's a beautiful country.
Yeah, it's the garden country. I love flowers and gardening. So our founder, Neil, agrees with you, Kenji. We need a new cultural story.
Mm-hmm.
let's see. I'm just going to pick and choose here. Maybe, actually, I'm going to return to my own questions, make sure I've asked you everything I had down for the evening. Yeah, I've got a couple more if we have time. I'd like to go into what are ego's stuck points. Now, I think that the process we just went through shifted us and brought us to this place of self-love and just openness. But what are the stuck points, and how do we get stuck?
They're all gone now. Remember, we did the exercise.
I know,
no sense in talking about it now.
Okay.
we don't want people to recreate it.
We don't want to go back
here.
All right.
I got out of that one pretty good, didn't I?
I'm going to rescind that question. Well, so Kenji, a lot of your work is just taking us deeper and deeper, and I'm going to ask you a question that's going to be redundant because it's really going to be an invitation to purchase the beautiful offering you have, but how do we develop our own connection with our higher self, source, or God? I think that our exercise tonight absolutely took us there.
Yes, you can do stuff like listening to someone's activations, buying their show package, going to their live events. But the main thing is we have to either meditate, do yoga, do nature walks, athletic sports like swimming, something that will take your mind off everything and bring you into the still point, the oneness, to where you're just in the now doing it, whether it's meditating or walking in nature or surfing or something. But I prefer the more quiet approach to where the physical body is basically still, because there is something in stilling the body to where the brain can actually go into, using computer terms, actually hibernating. You know, they used to have the settings on, I think, Windows Vista. You had a laptop, or you could shut down, you could put it to sleep, or hibernate. And I liked hibernate. You know, it's like what bears do.
Yeah.
They're essentially sleeping, but they're still awake in a way. They're not totally gone, but they're so relaxed that they can live off their body fat for like 6 months or whatever and not have to worry about anything for that period of time. It appears that the brain needs to go into some kind of still point, pause, hibernate mode so that it can regenerate itself, because the brain does have the capacity to regenerate itself. But medicine will have you believe, no, that's not possible. But see, your body was originally designed to live indefinitely. Think about that. No, don't think about that. Just contemplate that. Your physical body, its original template, its original design, way back in your very first incarnation here, was designed to live indefinitely without aging. Look where we've come since then. We've regressed somewhat. I mean, 2,000 years ago, the average age was something like, 30? So now the average age is like 80 or something. But your organs have the capacity inherently to regenerate itself. So the liver, you can pretty much cut it up. It'll regrow. And I believe all your other organs have that same capacity. So in the future, we won't have heart transplants. We'll just be able to reconstruct our heart with thought, belief, with knowing. So that's the new medicine. I didn't know how many decades away we are from that. But the more of us that believe it, the sooner it's going to come to fruition. So how about this? So no more news, newspapers, magazines. How about we all just contemplate what kind of a world we want to live in? And the more of us that do it, the sooner it's going to happen. The sooner the new earth is going to happen. People living in peace.
Beautiful.
In spite of themselves. That was a little humor.
So I want to also invite everybody that's listening in. This has been an incredible meditation, attunement with Kenji. And I want to let you know he's going to be on Global Oneness Day 2014. And he will be on the Spirituality and Global Oneness panel at 1:30 p.m. Los Angeles time, Los Angeles, California time. So you can register for that. That's October 24th, coming up this Friday. Let's see if I have any other updates that I need to make right now. I think that's it. Just an invitation to join us for Global Oneness Day. Also, just for everyone that has just been with us for this incredible attunement, and you're feeling the same way I am, this loved and loving, supercharged energy, awake state where you just are anticipating just excitement and great things coming in. I'd invite you to take a look at Kenji's special offer. He's got 12 activations in this special offer with 3 bonus activations. Actually, there's 5 bonuses, I believe, if you include the $100 off the quantum telephone activation session or the live in-person event coming up. Well, our offer expires November 11th. So you can find out more about this on Kenji's page by clicking his special offer. And I will send you out links probably tomorrow morning, and we will have a 48-hour complimentary replay. Kenji, it has been a delight. You can go to Kenji's personal page. Kenji, can I invite you to share your website, please?
It's myname.com, kenjikumara.com.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to share?
Don't give up hope. Hang in there. Keep moving forward no matter what. You got plenty of helpers standing behind you.
Kenji, thank you so much for being with me tonight. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. We'll look forward to being with you again. Please join us for the Global Oneness Day Telesummit this Friday. You can go to www.globaloneness2014.org, and Kenji will be on the Spirituality and Global Oneness program at 1:30 p.m. Los Angeles, California time. Thanks again, Kenji. Have a nice night, everybody.
Blessings, everyone.